Now, very important, because I'll be discussing all the formulas and the keywords over here. First of all, a simple thing which you have done earlier also. In case if you want to convert kilometers per hour into meter per second, directly you can multiply 5 upon 18. Why so? Because when you say kilometers per hour, kilometers means how many meters? 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. Converting kilometers per hour into meter per second. And 1 hour is how many seconds? 3600. It means that when you cancel this, you get 5 upon 18. That means 1 kilometers per hour is nothing but 5 upon 18. So simply you can just multiply to convert kilometers per meter per second 5 upon 18, and vice versa. If you want to convert meter per second into kilometers per hour, then you have to multiply 18 upon 5. So this is the first thing, basics. Kilometers to meter per second and meter per second to kilometers per hour conversion. Second, over here we'll do a formula which we have done earlier also, that is distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. The unit for distance will be meters, speed will be meter per second, and time will be seconds. One more thing to note, whenever they say distance in a specified direction, then that distance becomes displacement. Displacement may, what is the difference? I've told you that distance may not mention direction, but if any distance is along with the direction, then that distance you can write as displacement. Now, mark it very important. I'll be discussing now the 3 kinematic equations. What are they? Kinematic means whenever the body is moving, or when the body is changing its velocity, or when the body changes velocity, what? Acceleration. Whenever the body is in acceleration, when the body is changing its velocity, or when the body is accelerated, we can use these 3 kinematic equations. V equals to U plus AT. This is my first kinematic equation. Second, S equals to UT plus half AT square. That's second. And third is V square equals to U square plus 2AS. That is third. Now, what this symbols, letters stands for? First is U, then is V, S, A, T. U stands for, as I have discussed, its initial velocity. V stands for final velocity. S stands for displacement. It's not the speed. As I have told you that this we use for what? Accelerated bodies. That means when the body is accelerated, it means it has variable velocity. And when there's a velocity, there has to be displacement. So this is not for the speed. This is for the displacement. Accelerated means variable velocity. Variable velocity means displacement. Velocity means displacement. So S is displacement. A means acceleration. And T stands for time. And the unit is meter per second. Velocity, So meter per second. Displacement, meter. Acceleration, meter per second square. The time is seconds. So these are the units which will play a very important role, because when in a question if you see that if anyone has a unit m, if anything has a unit m, that is meter, that means 100% understand displacement is there. Meter per second square, you understand acceleration is there. Seconds, you understand time is there. But the only problem will come when they give us meter per second, because initial and final, both of them have what, meter per second. So now how will you distinguish whether it is the initial velocity or final velocity? So we'll study that. Velocity is denoted by letter U and the unit is meter per second. First, case 1. How will you come to that the initial velocity is 0? What is initial? That means starting. When the body is just started, what is the velocity? Is called initial velocity. So case 1, when in what case you can take U as 0. First is if the body just starts from rest. That means the body before starting was in a state of rest. When it was state of rest, that means it was not moving. Hence, the initial velocity is 0. So starts from rest. Second, when the body is stationary. What is stationary means? Again, state of rest. It was not moving, and after that it started moving. That means before moving, it was in state of rest. You can take U as 0. And last is when the body is dropped. So when you drop something, again, before dropping it is a state of rest, hence U is 0. That means here you can take U equal to 0 when such particular words have been used in the question. Case 2, in what case you can say that initial velocity is given? When they say that the body is moving, obviously when the body is moving, and along with moving, they'll use two words. One is with and second is at. If these two words are used along with the body velocity, that means with and at, will always tells you that initial velocity is given. That means in case it's meter per second and you want to know what's initial final, you can just know by this particular thing that it is initial or final. Obviously this is only for initial. We'll start with final now. So final velocity is given by letter V and the unit is again meter per second. Case 1, when can you take the V as 0? First, when you see the word stops or stopped, when you stop something, when the body is moving and now you are stopping it, that means initially the body had some velocity, but as you are stopping, the body will come to rest, hence V will be 0. Similarly, the second word used will be comes to rest. That means the moment you come to know that the body is coming to rest or body stopped, it means the body was moving and finally you are getting the body in a state of rest. So that is why you can take V equals to 0. This can happen when the brakes are applied or when you stop the body. The case 2, where final velocity will be given or it may be asked. What words will be given to you to find final velocity or when final velocity is given to you? The words will be when the body attains, acquires, at the end मतलब final, after the given time. After means again something afterwards. So all these words definitely tells you that you have the final velocity are given to you or you have to find final velocity. So this is all with respect to initial and final. Why I have given this description? Because both of them have the same unit. So these are the words which will help you to know whether it's initial velocity or final velocity given to you in the question. There are more things. When over here, if the body is 1, 2, and third point. If the body is moving with the uniform velocity, it means that the body is not changing its velocity. I have told you earlier also, the word acceleration can be used only when the body moves with variable velocity. But here, in case if I say the body is moving with uniform velocity, that means that there is no acceleration. That means acceleration is 0. And the moment acceleration is 0, you cannot use the 3 kinematic equations which we have discussed right now. I have told you that you can use this 3 kinematic equation only and only if the body is accelerated. Which are they? V equals to u plus at. S equals to ut plus half at square. V square equals to u square plus 2as. You can use this only and only if the body moves with variable velocity. That is, in other words, the body is accelerated. Here we say this is which motion? Unaccelerated. It means no acceleration and a is 0. That means in this case, if you want to find the distance, normally when it's variable, you can find the distance by obviously using S ka formula. But in this case, if you want to find the distance, so how will you find? You cannot use this formula. Then if you want to find the distance, then you will use a simple formula for the distance: speed into time. The uniform velocity becomes normal speed into time. That means in case if you want to find the distance for the body which is unaccelerated, you have to use a normal formula. And in case if the body is accelerated, you have to use this formula. When to use this formula? I'll just say very simple words. In case if you want to find final velocity, the final velocity you can see the first and the second. So you can use either formulas. Now second thing, you have to see whether in the question time is given or asked. If time is given, I'll go for the first formula. If time is not given or asked, I'll go for the last formula. In case I want to find displacement, so I can say displacement here and here. So if time is given, I'll go for this formula. If time is not given, I have to go for the third formula. That means in short, whenever time is not given or asked, you have to use compulsory the third formula. So that is how you will be using the formulas. Now the last thing, whenever, very important students, whenever the force is acting on the object, then till the time the force continues to act, the body is said to be in acceleration. Very important. As soon as the force stops, or you can use the word force ceases to act, then the acceleration will be equals to 0. So I repeat the keywords. If the force is acting on the object, then till the time the force continues to act, the body is said to be in acceleration. That means the body is changing its velocity, variable velocity. But as soon as the force stops or ceases to act, then the acceleration becomes 0. That means it is said to be your unaccelerated motion. For example, if I say that the force acts on the body for 5 seconds, that means the force is acting for how many seconds? 5 seconds. That means for 5 seconds the body is changing its velocity, hence called accelerated, and after this the body will move with uniform velocity. The reason, because after 5 seconds the force ceases to act. That means in case if I want to find the distance over here, then the distance would be obviously speed into time, because it is uniform velocity. And here if I want to use the distance ka formula, if I want to find the distance, I can use the kinematic equations, because it's actually accelerated motion. Hence for time 5 seconds, let us say if the body starts from rest, that means if it starts from rest, the initial velocity will be 0, and after 5 seconds accelerated, x means increasing its velocity, that is 20. Now what is the for AB position? A is initial, B is final. Initial is 0, B is final, that is 20, and then after the speed of the body will remain 20 meter per second throughout, that is called uniform velocity. So this is very important. Please copy this as a very important note, because it will be really very helpful for the numericals. Starting with numericals of exercise 2A. First we have to convert. The speed of the car is given to us 72 kilometers per hour, and you have to convert into meter per second. So as I have told you, to convert kilometers per hour to meter per second, you just multiply 5 upon 18. So speed 72 into 5 upon 18. Hence the answer is 20 meter per second. Done. Second sum. Express same way, vice versa. You have to convert 50 meter per second into kilometers per hour. So 15 into 18 upon 5. Answer is 54 kilometers per hour. So when you convert kilometers to meter, 5 upon 18, meter to kilometer, 54. That is 18 upon 5. We get 54 kilometers per hour. Question 3. You have to express each of them in meter per second. They have given A and B. First, third ka A part. Convert 1 kilometers per hour into meter per second. So converting kilometers per meter per second, you have to multiply 5 upon 18. So 1 into 5 upon 18 is 0.278 meter per second. And second part where they have asked 18 kilometers per minute. Third ka B, 18 kilometers per minute. So very important, it's not kilometers per hour, it's kilometers per minute. So convert this in meter per second, 18 kilometers per minute. So 18. 1 kilometer is how many minutes? Sorry, meters. 1 kilometer is 1000 meters, and 1 minute how many seconds? 60. So 0 will get cancelled, 6 will get 6 3s are, and answer is 300 meter per second. So it was not kilometers per hour, it was kilometers per minute. So I have taken 1 kilometer as 1000 meters, 1 minute as 60 seconds, and I got the answer is 300 meter per second. Fourth. Again the same thing, just you have to arrange in the increasing order. Increasing order means ascending order. So here they have given us 10 meter per second, 1 kilometers per minute, and last is 18 kilometers per hour. So when I'm comparing this, I have to arrange them in ascending order, that means increasing order. So obviously I can arrange them in increasing order only if each and every unit, physical quantity has the same unit. If they are over here, meter per second, kilometers per minute and kilometers per hour, all of them are different. How will I compare them? How will I compare which is small, which is big? So for that, first I have to cover everything in what? The same unit. So I will cover everything into meter per second. Already 10 is in meter per second, so there is no need for conversion. Second is 1 kilometers per minute. Covered into meter per second. 1 kilometer how much? How many meters? 1000. 1 minute how many seconds? 60. 2 3s are 2 50s are 16.666. If I round off, 16.67 kilometers per hour. Sorry, meter per second. Last is 18 kilometers per hour. And we all know to convert 18 kilometers per hour into meter per second, we have directly 5 upon 18. That is 5 meter per second. So increasing order means small to big. So what is this? Smallest is 5. Then is 10. And then is 16.67. What are the original value for the 5 meter per second? 18 kilometers per hour. Second is 10 meter per second, which is original also 10 only. And 16.6 original was 1 kilometer per minute. So this is the increasing order or the ascending order. Question number 4 done. Fifth, very simple. They have given us the train takes 3 hours to travel from Agra to Delhi. It took how much time? 3 hours. Then, with a uniform speed of 65 kilometers per hour, calculate the distance. So simple. Distance is speed into time. What is speed? 65. Time is 3 hours, 195 kilometers is the answer. Next, sixth question. A car travels first 30 kilometers with a uniform speed of 60 kilometers per hour and then next 30 kilometers with a uniform speed of 40 kilometers per hour. That means first it is traveling 30 kilometers with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour and then again travels 30 kilometers with another speed of 40 kilometers per hour. What they have asked, calculate the total time of the journey and the average speed. So I need to find total time and average speed. So total time. So first I find the time of this journey. We all know distance is speed into time. So time will be distance upon speed. Same way, time is distance upon speed. What is the distance? 30 kilometers. Very important to notice that both of them are the same unit, kilometers. So I can do directly 30. What is the speed? 60. 3 ones are, 3 twos are. I'll keep it in fraction only half hours. And here 30 upon 40. That is 3 upon 4 hours. So the total time will be half plus 3 upon 4. Taking the LCM as 4, obviously I have to multiply how much to get 4 over here? 2's are. So 2 plus. Here already 4 is there. Hence the answer will be 5 upon 4 hours. But in case if anyone asks you, okay, how much time it took to cover this particular distance, will you say 5 upon 4? Obviously not. You have to definitely specify the answer in a simplified form. That means you can convert either this into what minutes, or you can also present the answer in that way. What is the mixed fraction for 5 upon 4? 1 upon 4. That means 1 hour, and 1 upon 4 you can convert into minutes. How to convert hours into minutes? Obviously into 60. So if you convert this into 60, if you multiply this into 60, you get the answer as 1 hour 15 minutes. You can present this way, or you can convert the entire thing into minutes. That is 5 upon 4 into 15. That is 4 15s are 15 5s are 75 minutes. That means the entire answer will be in 75 minutes. So you can get either the answer in 75 minutes or you can write 1 hour 15 minutes. This is the total time. Now we'll start finding average speed. Average speed is total distance upon total time. So now the total distance over here is 30 plus 30, that is in kilometers, 60 kilometers. So obviously you require time in hours. So the total time in hours was 5 upon 4 hours. So I will take 5 upon 4 over here, 5 upon 4. This is called what? The division of the complex fraction, in which this 4 will go where? In the numerator. That is 60 into 4 upon 5. The answer will be 48 kilometers per hour. So this is your fifth sum. Wherein we found, sixth sum, where we found what the total distance, total time, and then the second is average speed. Now we'll do seventh sum. A train takes 2 hours to reach B from A. That means from where the train is starting from A to B, it took only 2 hours. And then 3 hours to return back from B to A. That means from here A to B took 2 hours. Then from B, it again went back to what? A. And now this time it took 3 hours. The distance between the two stations is 200 kilometers. That means here 200, 200. A to B is 200, B to A also will be 300 only. What they asked, same thing, average speed and the average velocity. So average speed means what? Total distance, yes, available. Total time, yes, available. So average total distance upon total time. What is total distance? 200 from A to B and B to A also 200. The 200 plus 200. And total time is 2 hours plus 3 hours. That is 400 upon 5. That is 80 kilometers per hour. This is my average speed. What about the average velocity? Is displacement upon total time. What is displacement? So coming back to this point, what is displacement? The displacement means the distance between the initial and the final position. Now here I started my journey from where? A to B, and again from B to A. That means my initial point, starting point was A, final point also was A. There was no displacement. If there is no displacement, my displacement will be 0. I have taken the displacement equals to 0 because the body is coming back to its initial position. Hence your displacement is 0, total time is 5, but anything upon 0 is 0. So average velocity will be 0. Eighth sum. A car moving on a straight path covers a distance, and a straight path, it covers a distance of 1 kilometer in due east. That means due east and time 100 seconds. So students, can you see why this distance is given? Obviously something to do with displacement. That means here if I just say distance, my answer will be 1 kilometer. But if I ask for displacement, I have to say 1 kilometer due east. That means they both are same. Only with direction becomes what the displacement. So now what they have asked, find the speed and the velocity. So obviously this will be a straight path. So my speed is distance upon time, and distance is 1 kilometers, but this is in seconds. So remember, this is in meters. So 1 kilometer is 1000 meters, and time is 100 seconds. Hence, the speed will be 10 meter per second. What about the velocity? Displacement upon time. So it's going a straight path, the same displacement 1000, time is 100. So can I say that again 10 meter per second, but here I have to write the direction also, as I am mentioning the displacement which will give me the velocity due east, 10 meter per second due east. That means the exactly same numerical value, but along with the direction gives me what? The velocity. 8th sum. Now the 9th sum. The body starts from rest. So I have told you, when the body starts from rest, that means rest. It is not moving. That means what is the initial velocity of the body? 0. And acquires. If you just see that words what I have given. In acquires, what I have told you, acquires means final velocity is either given or asked. Here they have given it acquires how much? 10 meter per second in 2 seconds. Find the acceleration. Why the use of acceleration? Because the velocity is increasing. From 0 it became 10. Therefore acceleration, and the formula for acceleration I have explained you, v minus u upon time. What is v? Always v will come first. 10 minus 0 is 10 upon 2, and the answer is 5 meter per second square. 10th sum, again the same thing. A car starts from rest. Rest means initial velocity is 0, and acquires a velocity, acquires its final velocity as 180 meter per second in time 0.05 hours. So as we can see, it's meter per second. This also has to be in 10 seconds only. So how to convert this into seconds? So obviously 0.05, 1 hour is 3600. If I remove a decimal over here, I get 180 seconds. So the acceleration, why acceleration again? Again the velocity is increasing. So v minus u upon time. V is 180, u is 0, time is 180. 180 minus 0 is 180 upon 180. Answer is 1 meter per second square. 11th sum. A body is going vertically upwards with the velocity. Its velocity changes at a constant rate from 50 meter per second to 20 meter per second. That means the body is going upwards, and the velocity is changing from 50 meter per second to 20 meter per second. Students, can you tell me why this happens? When they mention vertically upwards, that means it's going against the gravity. That means whenever anything opposes the gravity, the velocity of that body will keep on decreasing, because gravity is continuously opposing it. That is why when the body goes upwards, the velocity became from 50 to 20. That means here the velocity is decreasing in how much time? 3 seconds. So here can I say that the body is not accelerated, but it is retarded, because velocity is decreasing. Formula will be same. I have told you first v will come. So what is v? 20. What is u? 50. Time 3. Minus 30 upon 3. Answer is 10 meter per second square. As I have told you earlier also, you cannot write the answer in negative format. You just write over here retardation. You cannot write both things together, negative also retardation. So no, only one. And that is retardation you have to always write. Question number 12. A toy car initially moving with uniform velocity of 80 km per hour. So remember, kids over here, students, a toy car initially moving with, I have told you whenever initial velocity is given, they'll always use the word what? With and at. So here what word they have used? Moving with. That means initial velocity is available to us as 18 km per hour. Comes to stop That means finally the body comes to what? Rest. That is V0 in how much time? In 2 seconds. Find the retardation. Why there was retardation? Again the same thing. The velocity is decreasing. But you can see that this is in seconds, this is in kilometers per hour. I convert kilometers per hour into meter per second. How to do that? So to convert kilometers per hour into meter per second, you have to multiply 5 upon 18 and the answer is 5 meter per second. So the acceleration over here will be v minus u upon t. V is 0, u is 5, time is 2 seconds. So answer is minus 5 upon 2, which is minus 2.5 meter per second square. But I will not write in the negative format. I'll just write 2.5 meter per second square bracket. Retardation. Question number 13. It says that a car accelerates. What accelerates means? It is increasing its velocity at the rate of 5 meter per second square. That means acceleration is 5 meter per second square. If they use the word retardation, then the answer will be minus 5. Retardation is negative, acceleration is positive. Find the increase in velocity in 2 seconds. So here they have not asked specifically what's initial, what's final velocity. They have just asked increase. Increase but change in velocity. Change in velocity is nothing but v minus u. It will be increase if the velocity is increasing. It will be decrease if the velocity is decreasing. But change means v minus u. That means here we just have to find the change in velocity, that is v minus u. So acceleration is v minus u upon time. Acceleration means they have given 5. V minus u means increase in velocity. Why increase in velocity? Because its acceleration velocity is increasing. So this change over here will be known as what? Increase. If there were to be retardation, then this change will be decrease in velocity. Here increase because acceleration. And time is how much? 2 seconds. So 5 2s are 10 meter per second. Meter per second is increase in velocity. That's all. Understood? Increase in velocity means what? A car is moving with, again with means initial, with a velocity of 20 meter per second. That means the initial velocity is 20 meter per second. The brakes are applied to retard at the rate of 2 meter per second square. Retard means negative acceleration. So I have write minus 2. So I repeat, a car is going with the velocity 20. The brakes are applied to retard at the rate of 2 meter per second square. What will be the velocity after 5 seconds? So time is 5 seconds. And what will be the velocity after? After means at the end. And end will be which velocity? Final. That means here they have asked us to find the final velocity. Now if you go to see for the final velocity, if you want to find directly, I have given the 3 kinematic equations to find the final velocity. What is the first one? V equals to u plus at. Even if you want to use the acceleration formula v minus u upon t, you can do that. But directly here, v equals to u plus at, which is nothing but first kinematic equation. So what is u? 20. What is acceleration? Negative 2. And time is how much? 5. So 20 minus 10, that is 10 meter per second is the final velocity. That means the velocity of the body after 5 seconds is 10 meter per second. Why 10? Can you see from 20 became 10? Because there is a retardation. There is decreasing velocity. Question 15, the second last question of this exercise. A bicycle is moving with means initial, 5 meter per second. It accelerates for 5 seconds. That means velocity is increasing at the rate of 2 meter per second square. That means same 2 meter per second square, but here instead of retardation, it is acceleration because velocity is changing. Again, what is final velocity? The same formula I can use. U is 5, acceleration is 2, time is 5. So 5, first we multiply 10 plus 5, 15 meter per second is the answer. Next is 16th question, the last question of this exercise. A car is moving in a straight line with the speed, with the initial. It is stopped. Stop finally it comes to rest. In how much time? 5 seconds by applying the brakes. So when you apply the brakes on the body, the velocity decreases, but here it comes to rest. By applying the brakes. The speed of the car, first you have to find the speed of the car in meter per second. Obviously, the speed is 80 kilometers per hour. If you convert it into meter per second, you have to multiply 5.80. So the speed of the car in meter per second is 5 meter per second. That's the first part. Second part. Retardation. Obviously retardation because the velocity is what? Decreasing. So how much is u? You will not take 80. You will take 5 obviously because meter per second. So the acceleration is v minus u upon time. V is 0, u is 5 and time is 5. How much? 5 seconds here. So minus 5 upon 5 is minus 1. That is 1 meter per second square. Retardation. Third part. The speed of the car after 2 seconds. What is the after? Final velocity. So this is the final velocity is already given. Yes. This is the final velocity after how much seconds? 5. Now there was final velocity after 2 seconds. That means you have to find the final velocity, which is u plus 80, not after 5 seconds but after 2 seconds. That means here the time is 2 seconds. Same thing, u is how much? 5. Your acceleration is retardation, that is minus 1 and time is 2 seconds. So 5 minus 2, 3 meter per second. So this is the end of the exercise A.